Good evening, dear friends, and welcome to Crafting with me, IndieAnnieJones. Tonight, we will be looking at the dark side of thrifting. Tonight's journey begins with my friends Kay and Trish of the Crafting Cousins and Sammy of Unicorn Dust Designs. They dare us to go and venture into the dark side of thrifting. What is that object you hold? Who did it belong to before? And what is it with all these scary dolls? What lurks behind those painted smiles and dead eyes? Is it something sinister? Okay, so I'm getting into the mood for the spooky season. And yes, I think it's always spooky that there's always these porcelain dolls in all of these thrift stores. Now, this one I happen to have in my stash for many years. It's probably from the 90s or something. And I decided it was time for a redo on this doll. Now, it would have been easy enough to make her spooky and scary and creepy looking for Halloween, but I have something else in mind for this little one. First off, I have to remove her doll dress and hat, and let me tell you, it was nasty. Her hair was all mottled and just, it was just bad. It was really bad. But no matter, I will go ahead and create a new outfit for this little one. Because after all, I think she deserves a second chance. I don't think that dress really brought out the beauty of this doll. So I think it's time for a makeover. Let's do a makeover. And I have this beautiful swirled fabric, which I thought would be perfect. I wanted it to look very Victorian because she's actually going to be part of the centerpiece for my Christmas projects. And this was disgusting. If that's not scary enough, this was disgusting. Anyway, I ripped off her hair because it was just a mottled, disgusting mess full of dust and grime sitting in a box for years and years. Cleaning her off as best as I can and doing what and there's Luna. She's very curious. She's like, is that a dead rat? What is that? And Kuru now is here to help me. Isn't she sweet? Look at that. She's helping me by holding down the fabric. I didn't have to pin anything down. And here I am just cutting out this little makeshift pattern that I made just using some newspaper and just getting her, just the dimensions so I can get the dress started. And Kudu is just wonderful by being there by my side to work alongside with me. And there she is again. She's just amazing. I love this little Kudu cat and my little Luna as well. If this is your first time here, these are my cat crafting companions and they're with me also always. Now, I'm going to create some sleeves for her. I thought since this is going to be a Victorian doll, it would be best to make her some long sleeves. By the way, her hair is sitting in a bowl of hot water with fabric softener. Never ever shampoo a doll's hair. It's not made for like organic shampoo. It's not organic material. It's usually synthetic. But if you clean it, same as wigs, clean it with some fabric softener, it would be fantastic. Now I'm using my tiny little sewing machine by Vevor because again, it's small but powerful and it helps me to create these perfect little doll dresses because number one, it's very portable, and second of all, it's just easy for me to just take it in and out and just create this little dress. I like the way this dress is going along. As you can see, I created a little lace trim for her neck. I do embellish that a little more. And now to create her skirt. Again, I'm just gathering the skirt. And as you can see, this sewing machine has a tiniest little foot pedal. So there you can see I've added some more tulle under her dress. I'm going to cut that down to size. And I've added this beautiful little trim to the bottom of her dress, and it has little hearts. Now, I hope you can recognize who I'm trying to make this into. This is a Victorian version of Alice in Wonderland. Not the Disney-fied version, but what I think would be a more Victorian version. And there I am using my little HTV Ront iron to get all the small details of this little dress. I really like the way it turned out, and I think it's going to be perfect for my journey into Wonderland during Christmas time as I decorate a 100-year-old estate. I have to decorate 2 rooms, and this will be featured in the children's room which I'm going to make into Alice's little bedroom. So here I'm finishing up adding that little apron, and I had to deal with this wig. I thought I heard something. Subscribe. Okay, that's a little creepy. Let's keep going now. But what happened there? I didn't do anything. Do you think she's listening? Does she see us? Okay, well, good thing she's going to be in an estate and not in my house. I don't know if I'd feel comfortable with her in my house. I would think she'd be happy. I'm hoping she is. Maybe she just wanted you to see how pretty she was. Anyway, here I am adding her apron. I've added her hair and added this beautiful little black headband to her, so she looks just like Alice. What do you think? Do you think she fits right in? And what's with that little orb? I think there's more than us here. I wonder, do you believe in ghosts? Growing up, I didn't have sparkly, muscly vampires. I had this guy. This dark, ominous figure that would haunt my dreams.
I am Dracula.
Another item commonly found in thrift stores, old used cigar boxes. But look at this one. I think this is very special. It's Alex Bradley Sanctum. Never heard of any cigars called Sanctum. But it's so beautiful that I thought it was perfect for a vampire killing kit. Isn't that perfect? I think it's perfect. I can come up with a whole story about Alec Bradley. I mean, we could pretend that he was a vampire killer. Now, every vampire killing kit needs a Bible. Now, I needed a Bible that was small enough. And of course, the only one I had was bright green. But it's one that I carry around with me in my car. So I decided instead of painting it black, I was going to give it this more vintage look. Now, I think it would have been easier to paint it black, but I thought, well, let's just make something different. And because it had that beautiful design on the box, I thought it would be cool to have this little Bible created with just some paper. And here's a way of covering your Bible without gluing it or painting it or anything. And then all I'm doing is making all these folds and just folding in the cover into all of these folds, and there you have it. This is how I used to cover my books when I went to school. Do you girls remember that? Ladies, do you remember that? I don't think they do that anymore. I don't even know if they have books anymore. Anyway, so there's my little Bible, perfect for my vampire killing kit. Now, Kudu apparently knows everything about vampires because she would not leave my side. She wanted to make sure everything was done perfectly. So I decided to line my vampire killing kit with this beautiful fabric that I had and a little bit of cushion because I'm going to put in a bottle in there. Why would I need a bottle? Do you know? Well, there you have it. I'm going to have a bottle of none other than holy water. I think it's a necessary addition to any vampire killing kit, and a cute little cat like Kudu. Next, I'm going to add my rosary. Now, this is made of Connemara. It's Irish marble, of course, because it's St. Patrick. St. Patrick got rid of all of the snakes from Ireland, so I thought that would be a perfect addition since it came all the way from the old country, let's say. And there you have it, with a silver cross, just in case I can use the silver cross as well. And what else do I need? Some garlic, of course. We all need some garlic. And there is my Bible, my garlic, and my rosary. Now, I do need some other very essential items, but they don't necessarily fit in the box. But you'll see that everything closes nice and neat into one little box. Now, here I have my cross from an old Catholic church, and I actually have a wooden stake. I think I'm ready to go vampire killing. What do you think? Can you call me Buffy now? I don't know. I don't know if I'm quite ready to face any vampires, but just in case they show up at my door, yes, Guru is ready to help me with all those vampires who are coming for Halloween. Now be careful out there when you're picking things up from the trash or from a thrift store. There might be spiders. Well, there's definitely going to be a spider here on this frame that I found on the side of the road. Using one of these Dollar Tree spiders, I decided to create something very fanciful and fun for Halloween. I couldn't believe that this Dollar Tree spider was all made of plastic, but look at the beautiful scrolling design all over it. And I thought that it deserved a little more attention. So believe it or not, I'm adding glitter. I know, one of the few things that didn't have glitter at the Dollar Tree, and now I'm going to add glitter to it. Doesn't make sense, but of course it will in the end. You'll see, it just looks fabulous. So here I'm just using some plaid Mod Podge and adding some glitter all over this spider, making her even prettier. Now, the only spider I thought was pretty was Charlotte from Charlotte's Web. I don't mind spiders. I don't need to share the same space with them. They're good. Some of them are good as long as they don't bite you. They eat fleas and ticks, and I don't know. They eat things. So if they eat things that'll keep them away from me, that's fine with me. So now I need to make a web. What a perfect little web we weave as we start. And of course, Kudu came to play with the thread, not necessarily help me in any way. So this was a bit challenging with the kitty cat around. I mean, it's like, there goes Luke. Luke had to carry Kudu away so that I can continue with creating my webbing. So all I'm using is some floss that I had, not like dental floss, like floss. Although you could use dental floss, I'm sure. And creating a web by using all of the, they're the holders, the picture holders on the back of the frame, and it's perfect to create a web. And you'll see later, now you can see the whole web as it's been completed. I'm sorry I didn't show the whole process. It's a little boring. And it was a little tedious for me, so I decided to sit down and do this calmly while I watched some TV. It didn't take that long, actually, but now, of course, I needed to add a little more. So here, I'm going to add a little of this extreme glitter, again, from the Plaid family of products. I mean, they make things sparkly and spooky. Yeah, this is sparkly and spooky. That's what it's going to be. So here, I am just going over the whole item, or the whole web, with that extreme glitter. Now I'm using this cardstock paper to line the back of my frame, and of course I'm picking black because I'm going to add some more embellishments and I needed some support. And initially I thought the paper would be enough, and there's Kudu again. Little black cat loves this Halloween stuff, I'm telling you. And then I decided, since I'm going to add some florals, I thought it would be neat to add a sheet of styrofoam. It's just a ½ inch thick, which I thought would be perfect, but of course I have to cover the black as I'm doing here. And then I'm adding all these wonderful florals from Dollar Tree, and some are from Michael's from a couple of years ago that I got in one of those grab boxes. But these maple leaves that are from Dollar Tree that have a little bit of glitter and shimmer to it are perfect for what I am creating here right now. Adding the flowers one by one, and again, the idea of having that styrofoam was absolutely perfect. So if you find styrofoam sheets, they're not styrofoam sheets, they're just, I guess styrofoam sheets, but they're like ½ inch thick. It really helps with the placement of your florals. And again, I think this is such a, I love this idea because it's something different that you can do with a frame. And I literally found like 4 or 5 frames on the side of the road, and I thought, what a pity that this would just end up in the garbage. And there's so many useful things that we can make with a frame, right? I mean, do we not agree? And of course, these florals from the Dollar Tree really outdid themselves. Now, I did take some roses, red roses, and I spray painted them black, not completely, just a little bit, so you can see a little bit of the red and of course the beautiful black color. And it ties it all into this spooky, wonderful design. So as I continue, I decided to add a little bit of pink, but this pink is like, I don't know, it's a deep pink, and it still lends itself to spookiness. So is this spooky, shabby goth? What did I just create? Is this shabby goth? I'm going to call this shabby goth. I think it's perfect because there is a lot of, gothic items that are Victorian, so it is a little bit of shabby chic. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Is shabby goth a thing, and have I created it, or have you seen it before? If so, I would love to see who else does this kind of decor. I would love to get more inspiration. And Luna is here to supervise. Look at those cute little dark ears. She is here to supervise. She doesn't like something. She's upset. She told me, she said, I don't like this area in front of me. I think it looks very dull. So I'm going to have to work on that afterwards. But now let's add one of those wonderful pink velvet pumpkins from the Dollar Tree. Now to secure the spider, you're like, what is she going to do? Well, I am using some black wire. I'm going to wire the legs straight to the frame. And again, I'm going to cover it with some of the florals that have already been attached. So you won't be able to see the wire, but you can see that the spider is nicely attached and secure. Just with the 2 legs at the bottom, I think it's enough. And I think I also secured part of the body. Now, this top corner, that's, I guess, just opposite of the spider, needed some embellishments. Luna was completely right. So I had another one of those other florals. And you know those hanging florals, I don't know what they're called, but I decided to paint them black as well. Now, not completely black. I left them a little white, just to give a little bit of contrast, or I think they're like a cream colored. Now, I thought that the spider needed a little more shine, so I'm adding some of this dragonfly glaze, and I think it's absolutely perfect for this little spider. What do you think? To tie everything together, there's nothing like lighting, especially to make a spooky setting for Halloween. And these flickering tea lights from Nancia are absolutely perfect. But let's not just put them out just like this. Let's create something with them. Now, I'm sure you've seen this before where you can create a candle with either toilet paper rolls or what have you. But here, I'm using one of these little paint cups. I don't know if they're snack cups, whatever you want to call them, but you get them at the Dollar Tree and they happen to fit perfectly into the toilet paper roll. So instead of having to glue in your little light, this makes it easier for you to remove the flickering tea light to replace. Ow, Luna, why would you bite me like that? Oh, she's sorry. She's okay, guys. To make this toilet paper roll look more like a candle, of course, we're going to add some dripping wax. I'm sure you've seen this in other places, but this is a perfect way to add a little bit of that realistic look. Now, instead of dripping it from the top, I like to create the drop at the bottom and then drag it upwards. I think it's easier to control where the dripping happens. And with Guru beside me, I had to be very careful with her, so I had to walk away and work elsewhere. But now I'm painting those drippings white so that it does look like a candle, and I have little kitty feet there. So now let's take a final look. Thank you once again to these spooky friends, Sammy of Unicorn Dust Designs and Kay and Trish of Crafting Cousins. Thank you for always hosting this wonderful Thrift Flip Road Trip Challenge. And thanks once again to you, my spooky friends. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe. But most importantly, stay safe, be kind. God bless each and every one of you. And remember to live the adventure. And keep it spooky and keep it locked into this channel for more wonderful Halloween fun.